welcome back to my YouTube channel as I speak about sickle cell and bring awareness about the disease. Today I'm going to share a very personal story, testimony, I like to call it, of mine about my, I would say one of my worst experience with sickle cell disease, like the worst. It's a story that I will never forget, but I don't remember. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that shortly. For those of you, if this is your first time watching my YouTube channel, my name is Kiara McClure. I'm 21 years old from the Bahamas, presently in Trinidad, studying at the University of the West Indies. And my goal is to just bring awareness about sickle cell disease. I too am affected from the disease. I just want to make a stand and stand up and just be a voice for the disease. So, yeah, as I get into my story, if I start to get a little emotional, please bear with me. It's a very emotional story to me, and why I am so determined to bring awareness about sickle cell disease, because it's things like these a person with sickle cell goes through on a daily basis. It's stories like these that people don't see. People don't see that what a person goes through with sickle cell. People don't see the hurt behind closed doors. People don't see what we face on a daily basis. So I'm here to just stand up and share my testimony, because I think my testimony needs to be heard, and this is a very timely one as well, because April 3rd, 2010 will make it 4 years that 4 years that God has been good to me. God has been good to me. When I say that, I mean really good. So anyway, let's get into the story. I was admitted into the hospital. I don't remember the day, the exact date I was admitted into the hospital, but I know around that time, like late March, I was admitted into the hospital, and I remember I was in pain, normal crisis, coming to the hospital, and they did blood works, x-rays, and they found out that I had acute chest syndrome. And for those of you that are not familiar with the term, it's if you're familiar with pneumonia, it's something similar to that. It's just like a severe form of pneumonia that people with sickle cell get. And I had it at that time, and I could tell you it's like the worst experience you can have. It's like you cannot breathe. You have to be on oxygen continuously. You can't breathe. When I remember one time I remember in the hospital I was sleeping, and the oxygen tank, something went wrong. I can't remember, and I know that it no air was coming out, and I woke up, and I woke up in a panic, and I couldn't breathe, and the nurses was trying to calm me down. It was like, calm down, breathe, try breathe. And I was like, no, I cannot breathe, I need oxygen, and they were trying to get the tank and everything for me, and that was like the worst experience ever. On top of the pain, but I was feeling it was like somebody was trying to kill me. It was just like stabbing pains in my legs and my back. It was the worst experience ever. So, and on top of that, my blood levels was dropping every day. It was getting lower and lower, and they needed my family to come in to donate blood. And my family came in and donated blood, and I was really sick at that point in time. I was really sick, and my family came in and donated the blood, and I got the blood. I remember getting the blood. I think it was a Thursday. I got the blood, and when I got the blood, I remember Friday, which is Good Friday, was Good Friday at that point in time, and I remember calling. It was the day after Good Friday. This is when everything happened. The day after Good Friday, April 3rd, 2010. I remember calling my mommy to tell her to bring me fish. I wanted fish. I was in the hospital. I just felt like eating fish. I didn't have much of an appetite, but at that point in time, I felt like eating fish. And they came and they brought my food, and within minutes of them being there, my mother's a nurse, and she was, um, my trip was complete, and she was just removing it, and my sister said she noticed every this part of the story was actually told to me because I don't remember anything that took place. Anything. My sister and my cousin had to tell me, and my mother and my father, they told me this story because I don't remember nothing. Like up to today, I cannot tell you anything. I cannot remember anything. But when I hear it, it really hurts me. Um, my sister said that I was sitting down and I had the music in my ears, and she noticed my eyes started to roll over, and I was twitching. And sorry if I get a little emotional. She said that I was twitching, and she said that she was like, Kiara, what happened to you? Why are you doing that? And she said I never answered. And she said, Mommy, why Kiara eyes look like that? And she said I fell down. Well, I like fall down in the bed, and I just went off into seizures. I started having seizures, and she said that they waited to see if I would come through after the first seizure, and I didn't. I started to have more seizure after seizure, and they rushed me down to have a CT scan to see what was going on in my brain. They found nothing. I was going into respiratory failure. It was like everything was going wrong. My sister said it was like the worst experience in her life. Like just seeing me there, I wasn't breathing, nothing, just laying down there. Just basically, I looked like death. My daddy said that my skin started to turn dark, and my cousin was there at the time, who was a nurse, and she was helping them with me. And she said that my sister came into the room, and my sister told her, "Don't let my sister die. Don't let her die." And my cousin said she did everything that she could to help me. And my father, he said he prayed to God, and he said, Lord, if you bring my daughter back, I will live for you. And God brought me back. And I remember when I finally came back to, I finally came back. And I remember when I came back to the next day, I was just laying there, and I was connected to all these things. And when I woke up, I didn't remember nothing. I remember nothing, like literally nothing. I woke up, I saw my sister looking at me, and she was there. It was like early in the morning. I was trying to figure out why she was there because she didn't normally be there that early. And normally my mother's always there, but now my sister, they would come in the evening time to visit, like visiting hours and stuff. And she said, I said, why? I was in a different bed also, and I was like, how come I'm in this bed? I asked my mother, how come I'm in this bed, and why all these things connected to me, and I have all these things in my nose, in my mouth. It was like in my chest, and she was like, you had seizures, and she was explaining to me, and then I just looked at her. I didn't even answer. I went back to sleep because it felt like a dream. It felt like she was not. This couldn't be real. Like that actually happened. Like when she told me that I was like a seizure, I said no. I have to be dreaming. Let me go back to sleep and wake back up, and maybe it'll be a different story. And when I woke back up, yes, it was the same story. And it's it's amazing, like how far God has brought me from. Like I have, if you want to say, I have looked death in the face. Like I was almost there. Like I was almost gone. But I always say when God has a calling over your life, No matter the situation, no matter what the doctors say, no matter the reports. If it ain't your time, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere, and God will deliver you. It wasn't my time. Look where I am today. I am in university and on my way to becoming a doctor. I that I know that I know that God is real, and no matter the situation you face, trust me, God is real. And it's so real, like this disease is so real, like people's lives have been taken. I was blessed to still be here, but people in my situation, lives have been taken. They have left us. They have left us. And it's amazing to see how good God is and what He has done. What He has done for me, and He has done it for me. I know He can do it for you also. Like no matter the situation, you see me. I am a living, breathing testimony. Like God has brought me from far. I very, very far. And the only thing I could do right now is live my life. And I'm sorry if I sound like I'm preaching. I know I'm supposed to be talking about awareness, but I cannot speak about the situation without bringing glory and honor to the name of God, because He has been there for me and He has delivered me. The doctors couldn't explain it, but I know God could explain it because He is a miracle working God. And I remember they was running all kind of tests to see why I was having these seizures, and they was trying to diagnose me with epilepsy. And I was like, no, no, I'm not gonna have um accept that report from the doctors. No, I do not have epilepsy. And I was like, I was, I got to the point where I was mad. I was really mad because I was like, Lord, I already have sickle cell. I don't want epilepsy. I don't want to have seizures. I don't know, Lord. I can't take it. And in my mind, God keep on telling me, saying, whose report will you believe? And I said, I will believe your report, Lord. And every time I go into that doctor's office, that doctor, I would come and cry. And to be honest, because it was always some bad report. And this God kept speaking to me. He said, whose report would you believe? Until I really took the stand and I said, Lord, I'm going to believe your report. No matter what the tests say, no matter what the doctors say, I'm going to believe your report. And God, and because I was so faithful and I refused everything the doctor said, I I said in my mind, I didn't say it to the talk to be disrespectful, but in my mind I said, no, I didn't accept what he had to say to me. And I remember when I had to do an ECG, if I'm saying the test correctly, it's a brain test. ECG, no, EEG. And it's a test of the brain. And I remember I said, Lord, I remember praying to God. I remember crying my heart out to Him. I said, Lord, I want this test to come back a negative, saying that everything is fine and I don't have no epilepsy and everything would just be good with me. And I remember going into that test and I was just praying to God and asking God to make it right. Whatever going on in this head and mind you made me, you make it right. And I remember the next appointment I had, Dr. Reddy, EEG report, and he was like, it came back normal. And only thing I got to do was just thank God. And I was discharged from the clinic. I didn't have to take the medicine. I wasn't diagnosed with epilepsy, and it was wow. It was just wonderful. It was just wonderful. Like to see like where God has brought me from, what God has done for me, and trust me, God did it for me. He can do it for you too. I don't know who's listening to the video and who's feeling discouraged based on their situation and they feel like God has forgotten them. Just remember, God is still a miracle working God, and He can turn around any situation you are facing, no matter what it is, no matter what the situation is. God can turn it around for you. Trust me, I know it for sure, and God has done so many things for me. I can never go back. I can never go back. I am a sickle cell warrior. I have chosen to stand up against this illness and not let this illness define who I am. I am in school right now, and I'm determined to not let it hold me back from accomplishing what it is that God has put in me. I will not. I refuse to let hold me back. And my sister and my cousins, when they told me the story, they was like, "What?" I just recently was asking them to really give me a briefing of what took place back then, because, like I said, I didn't remember anything, and they was like, "I can't believe you make me remember this story. That was the worst experience of my life, and I it was the worst experience of their life. I don't remember anything. Like seriously, I don't remember anything. I don't know if I want to even remember anything. The only thing I know is God is good. God is good, and this is the type of situations people with sickle cell face. So sickle cell is real, and I just like to bring awareness and people to be more to go out there and learn about the disease and see how it affects the lives of so many people. So many people. Trust me. So anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too long. This is done over the time what I was expecting. So goodbye. Continue to read up on sickle cell disease, and remember, no matter the situation you are facing, God is able. God is able, and God is still a miracle working God. Believe it, claim it, and receive it. To you sickle cell warriors that are watching, speak healing of your life on a daily basis and believe that God can heal you from anything. Do not believe the report of the doctors. Believe the report of God. Whose report will you believe? Goodbye. I'll leave on that note. Goodbye.